So World War II begins in Europe. We're going to start to cover that part of the war also. World War II began in Europe, and World War II began on September 1st, 1939, when Hitler invaded Poland in a massive attack. So the Nazi army was uh, fully ready for a massive attack that Hitler had been planning for a long time. He had already taken over other smaller areas of Europe, but the war had not yet begun. Um, he had already taken over Czechoslovakia and Austria and other places. But the invasion of Poland was when the war really began in earnest. And that's when England and France were brought into the war also. So Hitler attacked with what was called a blitzkrieg. You see the newspaper article here, German troops invade Poland, Nazis bomb Warsaw, and that's in the Los Angeles Times. And that at this time, obviously, the United States was still neutral or even isolationist, and it had stayed out of the war. It stayed out of the war for almost 2 more years. Um, so here you see a map of the attack when the Nazis rolled into Poland with a really overwhelming force and what they call the Blitzkrieg attack, meaning lightning speed. And the German Army, Navy, and Air not Navy, the German Army and Air Force uh, rolled into to Poland uh, with quick and overwhelming force, with machine guns, tanks, jeeps, airplanes, bombings, taking over all of the bordering small towns, and then just driving all the way into the center of Poland. Uh, the Polish army put up a defense for a short time. They tried, but they were just industrially overwhelmed, and there were far more German troops than there were Polish troops. Um, See a newspaper here covering Germans invade and bomb Poland. Britain mobilizes because England declared war shortly after on Germany because Poland was an ally and because England had decided it was time to no longer allow Hitler to just destroy and attack one country after another. And France also joined in against Germany. But they didn't really send troops, they just, verbally declared war. Here's a picture of the Blitzkrieg, German airplanes coming in to bomb Poland. And then German troops would follow on the ground uh, and then just take over town after town. See, the German army attacks Poland, cities bombed, um, and World War II had begun. You see here, 150,000 Polish were killed in this short period of time in the beginning of the war. You see that Poland was outnumbered. Nazis had 2,500,000 men versus 950,000 for the Poles. And the Nazis had far more military firepower. And they attacked at 4:40 in the morning when Poland was not expecting it. So in addition to all of the killing, then Jews who were in Poland were being rounded up by the Nazis in this invasion and shot or killed on the spot. Um, and the Nazis, when they went in, obliterated areas and killed right away all the newspapermen in Poland, all of the media, uh, anyone who was they rounded up professors and teachers and executed them. Um, uh, Sometimes doctors were either forced to join or murdered. Anyone, writers, artists, uh, musicians were killed because Hitler wanted to really obliterate Poland and then replace it with a new Nazi future. He even started to change the street names, uh, took the Polish street names down and replaced them with street names that he preferred. Um, he was going to remake the whole country. So it was a war of extermination. And when it says 150,000 Polish were killed, that was just the beginning. Over the next 4 years, many millions were killed in Poland, both the Polish people and Jews who lived in Poland. So this truly marked the beginning of World War II and Hitler's war of extermination. And the date for that was September 1st, 1939, the official beginning of World War II.